Sure feels like playoff soccer tonight in Tennessee with a frost warning in the forecast as we prepare for the conference semifinals. Winner of this match advances to take on the survivor of Louisville and Pittsburgh. Let's go ahead and examine the lineups, and we'll begin with the home side, who leans again on an unchanged 4-2-3-1. The center back pairing of Forrest Lasso and Jimmy Ockford have won all but 2 matches together. Meanwhile, the central midfield duo of Bolo Akinyoti and Matt LaGrassa feature in a must-win area of the pitch tonight.
The tireless workers at the center of the midfield, LaGrassa and Bolo Akinyoti, are Nashville's staples. The 2 unsung heroes work box to box. They solidify the defensive effort and dictate the offensive flow of this game.
Bolo Akinyoti almost twice as many tackles as anybody else on the team. For the roadside, Indy rumbles into Nashville after scoring on their only shot on target in the quarterfinals. Jordan Farr starts over the injured Everett Newton in goal. Martin Rennie's 3-man backline, a rarity in this league, as is the speed of the front pairing, Dane Kelly and Tyler Pasher.
Keep your eyes on Kelly and Pasher. The Indy dynamic duo are both electric and dynamic. They're incredibly athletic, yet play with a high level of finesse in the final third. They are without a doubt going to challenge the 2 center backs of Nashville today.
Tyler Pasher, who had a tough night against New York Red Bulls 2 in the quarterfinals, just 33 total touches in that match. Gary Smith called him, quotes, Indy's joker in the cards. Supporters marched in about 15 minutes ago. Lungs and drums ready for the first conference semifinal in professional soccer that this city has ever seen. The official tonight, Elton Garcia, who draws a playoff assignment for the 2nd straight week. His regular season was an eventful one, awarded the 2nd most penalties of any referee in the entire league, including 3 in the final 8 minutes of a wild match in September. And so we have arrived at the inevitable. Indy 11 and Nashville Soccer Club in the postseason. A playoff match that was bound to happen. A playoff match where anything can happen. 2 clubs who spent the last year raising expectations must now meet them. And it can only be one that does so. Nashville or Indy. Game on in Music City. The Eastern Conference semifinal underway. Nashville head to toe in gold, and the visitors on display in their road white kits. You can see several players opting for long sleeves, knowing that if this game were to stretch into extra time, they could be playing in temperatures measured in the 30s. Let's browse the Vanderbilt Health injury report. It includes Cameron Lancaster after a training injury last week. Meanwhile, Michael Reed misses out on the playoffs for the 2nd straight year. Also note on that Vanderbilt Health injury report, Ken Tribbett's name no longer on it, but he has yet to appear since an injury over a month ago. And Ronnie, immediately, speaking of injuries, Daniel Rios pressing the 14 on his back into the turf here at First Tennessee Park.
Good, strong, hard tackle by Patty Barrett. I think he's trying to set the tone early. He knows in order to be successful today, matching up against Daniel Rios, there's a little bit of brute that's going to be involved. Daniel Rios is such a great finesse player that Patty Barrett has just made a very large statement early in this game.
Reminder that all medical assistance provided by Vanderbilt Health. Set piece for Nashville, floated in by Justin Davis. Up from Ockford, away from Barrett. Away from Barrett again. When the coaches and players for these teams were talking to the press heading into this match, they almost all unanimously agreed that this would be a cagey, confrontational match with very few chances. Here's Tyler Pasher weaving through. Hackshaw, Ayoze, Pasher, pass king, first time service, and out for the corner kick. And already the fangs out from Tyler Pasher.
Yeah, Pasher is just so quick, and he got on the inside shoulder of King, and Darnell King saw him, but he allowed him to continue on with his run, and he had nothing left to do but to have a deflection for a corner kick because of his lack of shape early in that defensive battle.
Matt Pickens, where's the league's golden glove? Indy takes the corner shorts. Thrown in and away from Boluak and Yodi. It will be the visitors' throw. There's one of Nashville's two premier gatekeepers, Boluak and Yodi and Matt LaGrassa, combining to patrol the center of the midfield.
You know, we talked a lot about them during this pregame today, but they really are unsung heroes in the center of the midfield. Their work rate is so high. They are box-to-box midfielders. They never miss a tackle. They're setting the tempo for the game. They really have done a tremendous amount of work in that center of the midfield, and that allows Lebo Moloto to be able to spring himself forward and be able to attack with Daniel Rios.
Nashville's manager, Gary Smith, said he had a feeling this game may come down to a set piece. Here's one of them. Called over everybody by Pasher. Nashville led by Gary Smith, who enjoyed statistically his best regular season as a manager. His team's 20 wins in the regular season were 8 more than his Colorado Rapids side of 2010 that finished as the MLS Cup champions. Asked him about pressure, and he said, well, quote, we've created it for ourselves, and now we've just got to live up to it, end quote. From Nashville's manager, who will follow the team to MLS. He's hoping to do so after 2 more games after this one. Here's Nashville with Taylor Washington. Deflected and out for Nashville's first corner kick of the night.
So with all the targets that Nashville has in the box, most teams are quite fearful of giving up set pieces to Nashville. You've got the size of Boluak and Yodi. You've got the size of Forrest Lasso. You've got the great leaping ability of Jimmy Ockford. And that even goes without talking about the fact that Daniel Rios is such a great goal poacher in the center of the 8-yard box.
Nashville scored off a Coca-Cola corner kick last week. It was the game-winning goal from Daniel Rios. Swept in by Moloto, greeted by Kenny Walker. Turning on the Jets is Pasher. Important defending by Justin Davis. That's okay. Turning the ball out with Pasher igniting a counterattack.
Yeah, you most definitely don't want to give Pasher any time and space to get in behind you, because he's so lethal with the ball at his feet, and he's so quick.
Well, fans, keep up to date with us all season long. Follow our journey to Major League Soccer at NashvilleSC.com. Third meeting between these two teams this season. Indy yet to score against Nashville in 2019. Third different pitch that they have played on this season as well. They met in Nashville. It was at Nissan Stadium across the Cumberland River.
That was quite a game. 2 great goals scored by Nashville in that match. One by Daniel Rios, and then the other by Alan Wynn. Both created by quality flank play by Nashville in that match.
Here's Ayoze, one of the best left foots in the league. Hackshaw, his service is good towards Kelly. Connor stabbing in. Chance here for the visitors. That's off a Nashville defender. And away for the corner kick. The third already for Indy 11. Who was led by Martin Riddy, whose last appearance on the sidelines in Nashville was a brief one. He was ejected at halftime for, quote, irresponsible behavior, end quote, from the referee. He was handed a 1-match suspension for his actions in Nissan Stadium in that match where Indy fell 2-0. Bright start, though, from a team who has not found much success on the road this season. Ayoze. Walker. Met by Rios. Gibson lining up a drive. Parried away by Ockford. Moloto trying to send Alan Wynn down his near sideline. And Ayoze there to stop his progress. the referee, Elton Garcia. Turned over in the midfield, Pasher recovering. As we met the Canadian, to his countryman Pasher. Now the Spaniard Ayoze. Once scored against Real Madrid in La Liga, the top division in Spain. We met. Kelly, hassled by Lasso. Barrett. Hackshaw has crept forward. Positive first touch. Walker. Hackshaw. His connection with Pasher.
Tell you what, the first 9 minutes of this game, I can say that Indy's on the front foot. Nashville's a little timid. They've missed a few opportunities to lay down a good tackle, make a good statement in the center of the midfield. They're drawing back, they're absorbing pressure. They're giving a lot of time and space in the center of the midfield and to the backs to create of Indy. And I think that they're gonna have to really have a little bit of a breakthrough and create a rhythm to make sure that they stay in this match.
Ronnie, all the talk was the expectation of Indy coming in and bunkering and trying to hit Nashville on the counterattack. Here they are with the lion's share of possession. Bright and purposeful to start. Both of these teams eyeing that Pittsburgh-Louisville match in the other Eastern Conference semifinals. Ayoze's service over the head of Macaulay King. Louisville was down 1-0 for an early goal from Thomas Machiazel of Pittsburgh. Blue City has equalized. Now, if Blue City were to win that match, it would mean that the winner of what you see in front of you right here would host the Eastern Conference final. They would have the better seed than Louisville's 4.
With two of the strongest supporter groups, too. You know, both of these teams would want to be at home for their next match to play in front of their home field advantage.
Taken away by King. It falls for Daniel Rios. Supporting run coming from Taylor Washington. Rios left it a little bit behind Washington. Slows up the attack. Floated service to Allen Wynn. Easily downloaded in front of Hackshaw. Loves to go in line. Auditioning 2 defenders. King with space.
Good defending by Indy, making it 1 versus 2 on that flank against Allen Wynn.
Maloto turning and spurned by Tyler Gibson, the Tennessean. Played his high school soccer at Knoxville Catholic and won a state championship. And here is Gibson, the Tennessean. Over 3,100 minutes this season for Indy 11. Rios, collected by Barrett. As you said, Ronnie, Indy on the front foot, which is rare for this team on the roads. We take a look at the statistics comparing their home performances versus their road performances. This is a Jekyll and Hyde team. Jekyll at home, Hyde on the road. Just 6 wins this season for Indy. Out of 20 have come on the road. Wouldn't know it by this first 12 minutes, though.
I mean, we knew from looking at the stats of their possession rate throughout the season. They're a good possessing team. Have they been producing a large number of goals? No. But have they kept possession of the ball in a lot of their matches more than 50% of the time? Yes, they have. But now what we're seeing is their possession is advancing them up the field. And they're keeping the ball in the middle to the final third of Nashville, which is going to cause a lot of issues if Nashville doesn't figure out how to keep them pressed to one side and then win the ball.
Indy's last road win, August 3rd at North Carolina. That was in the summer heat. Here we are. Temperature is going to drop close to freezing by midnight. Pasher swarmed by 3 Nashville players. Barrett. Connor. Neatly done by Davis to diffuse the pressure. And now Wynn. Davis again, gallivanting through, and now must recover. Indy sending it right to where Justin Davis came from. He does recover just in time. Now the visitors expand into their back line. Hackshaw. Ayoze. Connor, shadowed by Ockford. Coca-Cola corner kick.
It's a Coca-Cola corner kick for Indy 11.
Well, fans, see the latest team content on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at our handle, Nashville SC. He scored in the first half against New York Red Bulls 2 in the quarterfinals. Is the only goal of that game. Corner coming in, important header from Forrest Lasso.
Very important header because Hackshaw was on that back post.
Nashville setting sail on a rapid counterattack. They've recruited Taylor Washington forward. Darnell King to his left. Washington, Melodo falling down. And it was Ayoze there to take it away. And now space opening up for Dane Kelly.
Great defensive work by Bolu Akinyodi and Matt LaGrossa to double in the center of the midfield.
And now Ayoze injured. It was Ayoze who tracked back to help dissolve that counterattack of Nashville. Look at the left foot of Ayoze.
First part caught the back part of Lebo, and then it looks like he got caught under him. Yeah, he looks to be okay. It looks like he just took a knock on that tackle with Lebo Melodo.
One of the most skilled players in the entire league. Have to be if you want to play in the Spanish top division. Played the majority of his career at Tenerife.
The chemistry that he has with Hackshaw is apparent in the first few minutes. You've got a really comfortable situation where either Ayoze is going forward into the attack and attacking the right back of Nashville, or you've got Ayoze that's tucking in and checking back, and that's the cue for Hackshaw to go forward.
Look at that possession, Ronnie, 69% to Indy 11. King into the attacking third. LaGrossa. Davis. Washington puts his head down, and he's earned the Coca-Cola corner kick.
It's a really good isolation touch from Taylor Washington, and putting it right on his strong foot, which we all know that he can deliver a ball on that left foot. It can go near, it can go far, he'll find his target. So this isolation touch right in behind is very good right there. No option but to deny an opportunity to serve a ball and create a corner kick for Nashville.
His full stretch defending from Macaulay King. Service comes from Davis. High and hanging from King. Brave header from Davis. Rios called for tugging on King. 3 goals in his last 2 matches for Nashville's 24-year-old Mexican striker.
Quick restart by Indy in that sequence.
Ayose back up and maneuvering. Akinyoti. Intercepted by Connor.
Just no need to panic and play that ball from Nashville.
Gibson. Impressive, urgent start from Indy 11. They've not waited to warm into this match. Pasher is onside. Ayose. Pasher is onside again. Thrown in, spilled by Pickens. The debris cleaned up by Jimmy Ockford.
Spilled by Pickens because it was a collision between Lasso and Pickens. There obviously a miscommunication on that back line.
Here's Pasher splitting through. Oh, did that go off the hand of Jimmy Ockford? It did, but not enough to draw the penalty. The shot from distance, fisted away by Matt Pickens. Well, Elton Garcia had a decision to make. Our referee, and typically in this regular season, he has chosen on the side of awarding penalties.
There's the first collision right there. Miscommunication by the 2 Nashville players.
Here's there's the shot. We'll wait for the handball replay. Remember, it is Garcia awarding 11 penalties this season. That's the 2nd most out of all USL referees.
Well, Nashville needs to feel fortunate that he didn't just call 1 more against them.
Yeah, the difference, though, of the 14 that he's awarded in the last 2 years, only 2 have come in the first half. Lovely switch from Walker. First touch from King let him down. Any fans get Nashville and see updates and alerts all year long by clicking follow on ESPN.com.
I think if you're Coach Gary Smith right now, you're a little concerned with the flow of the game and the pace of the game that your team is participating in. Indy's doing a good job of setting a good upbeat tempo. They're being aggressive. They're taking some risk. They're getting their backs forward into the attack. Even with 3-back, they're getting forward. Nashville hasn't been able to formulate any type of attack so far in this game. They haven't created a rhythm, and they've been defending most of the time.
Committed challenge from King. Wynn charging forward. It's Wynn who's been sliced down by Ayose, and the yellow card out. Oh, and now tempers flaring. We've reached a flashpoint. A Nashville player is down. The bouncers of Lasso and Barrett, the 2 captains, have arrived. And there is bad blood between these 2 teams going all the way back to a preseason match in which 3 players were injured. And the yellow card is back into the pocket of Garcia. He continues to ponder his punishment. A referee that has brandished 3 red cards in the last 5 matches that he has officiated. Now he will consult with his assistants to see if they spotted any other major infractions. It was Ayose who got the yellow card for the foul on Alan Wynn.
Which was a foul. Let's go ahead and go all the way rewound to that. Alan Wynn was chewing space, going to goal. That was a foul by Ayose. He was awarded a card at that point. Whether that has stuck or not, I'm assuming that that is still valid, and then the tempers rose.
Now I think the vanishing spray that Garcia is now pulling out means the end of the trial. He's still gaining information from his ear. Another yellow card out to Taylor Washington. And hold on, Carl Ouimet. So 3 yellow cards in one sequence.
That replay will be fun to watch in a few minutes to see what happened after the foul. So much happened so quickly.
So Taylor Washington with the yellow, and then 2 for Indy. It's Ouimet and Ayoze. Set piece for Nashville. LaGrassa. Looking for a high arm on Ayoze. All right, let's unpack it all, Ronnie, and take a look at the replays. Here's the foul. Ayoze on Alan Wynn.
From behind, clipped his ankle. That's a foul.
Now, what is Ayoze arguing out here? He's saying that's my first foul. Now, everybody, did they keep their hands down? Any hand to the face is an automatic red card.
I never saw Washington and Ouimet in there at all. Did you?
I think they might have come later. Oh, what an expert touch that is by Rios.
Lovely touch by Daniel Rios.
Here's Alan Wynn. Rios continues his run, fizzed across, and cleared away by Ouimet. Nashville buzzing now. Rios pulling it back. Akinyodi inheriting. LaGrassa. King. Wynn.
Nashville's delivery from the flanks is going to have to be more effective today. They're dropping them at that first line of defense, which is a very easy defensive play, but it also leaves them suspect to a counter.
Washington again wanting to audition King. He's lofted it in towards Rios. Hackshaw did all he could. Rebounds out to Washington. Pondering his cross towards Rios. Better from Nashville, you'd say, in the last couple minutes, Ron.
Yeah, they're definitely got a little bit of spark that joined Nashville from that altercation. I think it worked to their advantage. I think it woke them up. I think it gave them a little bit of spit to them. And now all of a sudden they seem to have a little bit more fight.
And number 23 for Tennessee, Taylor Washington.
Now going back to the yellow cards, 3 players now sitting on yellows. This is a match that's scheduled for 90 minutes, but could very well go 120 minutes. And each team has a wingback on a yellow card. Nashville's with this man right here, Taylor Washington. It's a long way to go in a confrontational playoff match like this one.
Well, absolutely. And it's dangerous at that point in the match to have a yellow card already.
Wynn is offside, the flag is up. Now, Ronnie, you were telling me, looking at the formations of these teams, the 3-5-2 for Indy 11, the 4-2-3-1 for Nashville SC, it meant that Darnell King would have to get after this player, Ayoze, and get farther up the field to make things happen for Nashville.
Well, there's no doubt. You've got the 5 in the midfield for Indy, but you have 4 in the back for Nashville. The issue is going to be the 2 versus 2 at the center of the field, and we'll go back to that after we get through this Nashville attack.
Here's Wynn slicing through. Rios. Washington. Visitors dig in to defend. Turned over from Washington. It's last off a Nashville player. Be an Indy 11 throw. Pasher interrogating Ockford. Going right by him. Darnell King, covering defender. Characteristic clearance from Ockford. Ayoze stayed in play. Kelly was down, looking back to Elton Garcia, the official. Long, hopeful, searching ball. And now Gibson. Pasher into the path of Kelly. Standard issue save for Matt Pickens.
Good work by Forrest Lasso to go to ground and put Kelly just a tad bit off balance to strike that ball, so he didn't have a clean look on frame.
Kelly, the all-time leading scorer in the United Soccer League. 77 career goals in this league, 10 of them coming this season.
So there we go. We were just talking about this. It's really important that the backs for Nashville get forward, because if they can get forward, they can keep the 5. They're going to have to then pull out the outside wing backs for Indy in Ayoze and King. And when they do that, then they'll have numbers up in that attacking third of the field. So Darnell King as well as Justin Davis are pivotal. They either need to create 2 versus 1 on the flank with Washington and Wynn, or they need to get forward, but they need to make sure that they keep Ayoze and King committed to them with the ball. That will open up space for the rest of the attack in Lebo Moroto, Taylor Washington, Alan Wynn, and Daniel Rios.
Wynn loves to take players one-on-one. Denied by Hackshaw. That is excellent defending from Neville Hackshaw. We have seen so few players be able to come into the stadium and do what he just did against Alan Wynn.
Well, it's a physical mismatch, isn't it? Look at the size of Hackshaw versus the size of Wynn. Alan Wynn is going to have to dig a little bit deeper, and his isolation touch is going to have to be even tighter in behind him towards that end line, and he's going to have to go under the tackle of Hackshaw, because Hackshaw's body alone is going to be able to separate himself to keep Wynn from getting to that ball. Either ball or man gets past Hackshaw, but very rarely will you see both.
Well, fans, Major League Soccer is almost here. Season tickets are now available. Ticket packages start at just $25 a match, and payment plans are available. Purchase your 2020 MLS season tickets. Visit NashvilleSC.com. Busy night for Elton Garcia. Here comes Bohemian Rhapsody from the supporters. Was Kelly, who was offside.
We didn't dare speak through the rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody, especially when they get to the course and they get so loud.
They're perfecting it. The better half of the season. Here's Wynn. Can he get by Hackshaw? Cuts it inside. Runs into several gatekeepers.
Ayoze Ayoze's done an excellent job of defending on this left side of the field for Indy so far. He's neutralized Darnell King. He's neutralized and provided cover for Hackshaw when dealing with Wynn. He's done an excellent, excellent job of keeping a tight defensive shape out there for Indy.
Wynn is tucked into a soft spot. Rushing forward. That's deflected. Never bothering the goalkeeper, Jordan Farr, who's had very little to do at First Tennessee Park. Had very little to do last week. Had to make just one total save against New York Red Bulls 2 in the quarterfinals. The player took over the starting gig on October 3rd, an injury to Evan Newton, the goalkeeper. Ready. Indy 11 very pleased with Farr. Not much drop off after the loss of Newton. In fact, Indy has not lost in the 8 starts of Jordan Farr. They've given up 4 goals in 10 games that he's appeared in. Pasher. Ayoze. Important poke from Darnell King. Has been under duress since the opening whistle. Kenny Walker. Macaulay King. Off of Davis. Coca-Cola corner kick to Indy.
What a great seamed ball by Kenny Walker. He played not directly wide towards the sideline to King, but he found an opportunity to play in between the seam between Davis and Lasso. Lasso. What a great ball to find that seam a little bit closer to goal, caused Justin Davis to have to go to ground, and in essence gives up a corner kick. If he had played wide, Justin Davis could have stood him up, slowed him down, possibly won a tackle. But the fact that he chose to find the seam in between the left back and the left center back was excellent work.
Cross comes in from Ayoze. Headed on frame. Easily claimed by Pickens. The head of the captain, Patty Barrett. Over 260 minutes now played between these two teams this season. Indy has still yet to score a goal against Nashville Soccer Club. In the preseason match that they played, it was a 0-0 draw as well. Fans follow Nashville SC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus. Home to the USL, MLS, and more. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. Take a look at the corner kick that resulted in the save from Matt Pickens. Little nudge from Patty Barrett to clear space against Bolu Akinyoni.
And that he did. He just didn't get enough of the ball, not enough pace on that ball. But Patty Barrett is obviously a target for Indy 11 inside of the box, and rightfully so.
Wynn. Can he find an avenue past Hackshaw? He'll try again. Onto his left foot. Allen Wynn was low and driven, and Jordan Farr makes his first save of the match.
So if you watch on the last couple of times Allen Wynn's gotten the ball, I think he's recognized the physical mismatch that he has with Hackshaw. 2 of the last 3 times he's gotten the ball, he's chopped it inside. Here he is 1 versus 1.
Wynn, a burst of speed. The angle's acute. Farr had his far post covered. And Wynn now starting to warm himself into this match.
Not bad, keeps it low, puts it to the far post. I'd like to see him find a little bit more pace on that ball and keep it a little bit tighter to that far post. That would have created Farr to have to go to ground and make a save, and he could have misdirected that ball.
Justin Davis igniting Nashville forward. Rios making the run to his left. Critical intervention from Carl Ouimet. Kelly. Costed by LaGrassa. Moved upfield by King, but right into the path of Kenny Walker. Melodo surging forward. Tracked by Gibson. Rios has been hemmed in all night by the combination of Indy's three center backs. Hackshaw. A tireless first half for the player from Trinidad and Tobago. Pasher's cross into a dangerous spot. Between the man and the goal was Forrest Lasso.
Excellent defending by Forrest Lasso, because Kelly was right there on that back post for an easy tap in. If Lasso had not kept this ball going, look at Pasher's pace. Knocks a good ball back in behind, out of Pickens' reach, but Kelly was right there on Lasso. Lasso safety first in that defending, giving up a throw-in, but if he had not done that, that was a dangerous opportunity.
This is clever off the throw-in from Indy. Again, attack destroyed by Lasso. Well, soccer fans, get your official Nashville SC gear, including MLS styles, online at NashvilleSC.com. Ayoze. Nashville throw. So Indy 11's goalkeeper tonight, Jordan Farr, has not been scored on Indy's playoffs. Was a backup goalkeeper for most of the season. He went to a tiny school, Corbin University in Oregon. Just 1,200 students, and they have unearthed a gem in Jordan Farr at goalkeeper. And here they are in one of the most consequential matches that this club has ever played, with a goalkeeper from an NAIA school. Melodo. Win. He's in goal, searching for an incision point. Indy 11 can see out these last 3.5 or so minutes without conceding a goal. It'll be the first time they've done so in 6 road matches. Conceded in the first half in the last 5 road matches. Here's Wynn. King. Passing lanes hard to come by in the final third. Akinyoti.
A little bit better movement from Nashville off the ball. Lebo Melodo's getting some additional touches. Although he's not advancing the ball, at least he's getting some touches. He's getting in and out of pockets in the center of the midfield.
Nashville will have the luxury of attacking towards their supporters in the second half. Long, intricate spell of possession for the home side. And with the ball now, Matt Pickens told the media, said, quote, "This will be a chess match." Here you go. Teams maneuvering pawns for the last minute or so.
So right there, Taylor Washington decides to press, and none of the Nashville players pressed with him. He had put some pressure on Farr, who had the ball, had to serve it out from his feet, connect to a target, but Rios and Melodo were not on the same page with Washington pressing. If Nashville's going to press, they're going to have to press together as a unit.
Barrett. Pasher snapped it at Pickens. Spilled it right towards the oncoming Dane Kelly. Danger every time Tyler Pasher has the ball at his feet. Dying embers of the first half. Have the first half stats at our halftime presented by Nissan. They will skew heavily towards Indy 11. One back by LaGrassa. 2 minutes of stoppage time in this half. It's Dane Kelly weaving through. Akinyoti defending. Both players lunge on the ground. Connor. Ayoze. Just two options in the penalty area. Oh, cleverly done from Ayoze. King. Pasher has been everywhere this half. Hackshaw. Ayoze with Hackshaw overlapping. Over the head of the leaping Kelly. 1 minute of the two added remaining. Connor. Walker was not impeded by Melodo in the eyes of Elton Garcia. One last thrust forward for Nashville. Wynn neglecting to isolate Hackshaw. Washington. Launched in by Davis. Attacking was Rios. Courageous header from Akinyoti, and it may expire this first half. There's the whistle, Ronnie. Your thoughts on the first 45 minutes of the Eastern Conference semifinals?
I thought Indy looked like a very well-prepared team. I felt like they had a great game plan. Their technical ability was very good. Their rhythm as a team was excellent. And I thought they were far more dangerous than Nashville. I thought Nashville gave the ball away a lot, especially in transition. And their speed of play was much too slow. There's going to have to be a real heart-to-heart in the Nashville locker room. And then Indy is going to come out, I would expect exactly the same way that they're going in the locker room. On the front foot with a great commitment to their defending. It's been quite the half. I would say Indy was a bit more productive in the final third than Nashville was. Had a bit more grit than Nashville did and a large commitment to defending. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of spirited conversation Coach Smith had at halftime with Nashville.
Away we go. 45 more minutes of soccer guaranteed in these team seasons. They must fight to win more. Or potentially, we could be headed towards extra time. Remember, playoff soccer in the USL Championship would mean extra time and 120 total minutes. And if that can't find a winner, dreaded penalties. The other Eastern Conference semifinal has already gone down the route of extra time. Blue City and Pittsburgh in extra time along the Monongahela River at Highmark Stadium in the Steel City. Both teams appearing unchanged out of the dressing rooms. Keep in mind, Taylor Washington, Ayoze, and Carl Ouimet all on yellow cards from the first half. Ronnie, it was a first half in which Daniel Rios only touched the ball 20 times.
Yeah, he was having a very difficult time getting into pockets into that center of the midfield, which was the exact opposite of Tyler Pasher. Pasher in the first half for Indy was checking in and making it a numbers up situation for Indy into a 4 versus 3 in the midfield, playing like a so-called false 9 and giving opportunities to create. Nashville didn't find a way to deal with that. On the contrary, Daniel Rios stayed high on that back line, but Patty Barrett did an excellent job of managing his movement in those pockets and denying him the opportunity to receive that ball.
Set piece for the visitors. Center backs of Barrett and Ouimet and Hackshaw have all moseyed forward. They take it short at the feet of Pasher. Hooked in. No nonsense from Forrest Lasso. Traced down by LaGrassa. Down the line for a win. Forrest Lasso, 7 clean sheets in his 13 starts. Been a wonderful captain since Michael Reed went down with the ankle injury. He said, quote, "We want people to come here and be terrified of it." He's been chopped down by Dane Kelly behind the play, and that draws the whistle from Elton Garcia. With Lasso, you can tell he's just an always-on player. The example I give is he's doing interviews with the media on Tuesday on this field, and he positions the media. He says, "Move all your cameras to the side and let's record facing the bleachers, because I don't want our players shooting penalties to be in the background of the video."
Well, did you
that level of detail?
Of course. And did you happen to notice who was standing in goal when they were taking the penalties?
No, I did not.
It was Bradley Bourgeois. So they had a field player in goal when they were knocking penalties in, and to his credit, diving, giving a good effort. However, it wasn't even our goalkeeper for Nashville that was in the net, and that's how attention to detail, you're right, that Forrest Lasso is. He was protecting that goal at all cost.
Win. Overlapping was King. Melodo. Win again. Turned away by Ayoze. Melodo's cross. Hooked in. Rios turning. Oh, what a save by Farr. Best of the night. Robbing the top goal scorer in the Eastern Conference.
Not only is that a great save, but how about the turn from Daniel Rios? So here's a ball in from Lebo Melodo. Missed on the first opportunity, mishit actually by Taylor Washington, but look at the turn from Daniel Rios to get his hips around the ball and drop in a half volley and keep it down low, and then Farr makes an unbelievably strong save to keep that alive.
It is a stunning save from Farr. There's been a heavy collision between Neville Hackshaw and Matt LaGrassa. Nashville has been whistled for a foul, and it came before Hackshaw went colliding into LaGrassa. Well, Fan Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Take a look at the foul. It was Alan Wynn who was whistled for the foul. That little clip of the heels of Hackshaw. And he followed through on the play. Pasher going to get it onto his dangerous left foot. Digging in to defend was Wynn. Walker. Akinyoti went flying in. He's been whistled for a foul in a prosperous position. And several interested parties for Indy 11, including Ayoze, who has hit some spectacular strikes in his career in the Hoosier State. Here's the challenge.
Without a doubt. Challenge in an extremely dangerous area, but Kenny Walker did a good job of taking that touch at an angle right past Bolo Akinyoti, and Bolo Akinyoti goes to ground and clips the foot of Kenny Walker as he advances. Very dangerous opportunity for Indy right now.
Now Ayoze standing over is a delicate left foot, and then an all-power right foot of Patty Barrett, also in the steering committee. Four-man wall for Nashville. It's Ayoze. Well, the actions of Justin Davis nicked off a Nashville defender.
Really smart defending and good grit by Justin Davis to keep that ball away from being a corner kick. Although, from the looks of this throw, it's about to be similar. Nope.
Here's
Maintain
Pasher.
possession.
King. Pasher. Easy save for Pickens. Does Pasher have a position?
Yes, Pasher is playing as one of the two front in their 3-5-2, but he's playing like a false nine. And a false nine is a player that's checking back into the midfield. So when he checks back into the midfield to get the ball at his feet, he's creating a numbers up situation that's thus making Indy a 4 versus 3 advantage in the center of the midfield. Now Nashville has some choices. They can either step into that space with Lasso or Ockford and not allow him to deny the opportunity to turn and just keep his back to their goal and keep him neutralized in that space. But it's got to be a really good line of communication, because if he spins one of them, they've now left open a wide open gap in the back of their back four in the center of the field, which is incredibly dangerous. So what they've chosen to do is not go at all right now. But then he's turning and running at that back line and serving as the creator right now.
Kelly, hounded by Lasso. No way around the 6'6" center back. Ayoze went down softly. King. Twice denied by Hackshaw. Finds its way back to the Trinidad and Tobago native. Walker. Failed connection with Tyler Pasher. Ronnie, whose responsibility is he for Nashville?
Right now, as he's playing, he has to be the responsibility of Ockford or Lasso, or they have to bump players into different positions, and Bolu Akinyoti and Matt LaGrassa will have to pop off their player and split the difference. But what you have is a 3 versus 3 situation in the center of the midfield right now. Indy versus Nashville is straight up 3 versus 3. So if you add an additional player in for for Indy, you have to add an additional player in for Nashville in order to keep those numbers even. Or if you're comfortable, you can allow them to stay and keep him running at you, but keep him in front of keep yourself behind there and keep a nice even shape. So Nashville's done that so far, and they've allowed him to turn, run at them, and they've kept their shape and caused him to have to make some really important decisions. Now, will that always work? No, not necessarily. You never really want to turn yourself into a situation where the attacking player on your opposition is getting the ball in a dangerous pocket and can turn and face up.
Nashville giving it away. Into the attacking third is Pasher. Davis has to be careful. Pasher stays on his feet. A critical error from the back line, and a rare one for a team that's conceded the least amount of goals in the entire USL Championship. Indy buzzing. Kelly with the turn. Swept aside by Lasso. It's ignited a counterattack down the far side at the feet of the galloping Alan Wynn. Indy does well, recedes to defend. Brought away from the near side with Washington.
The defensive shape from Indy is outstanding. Look at the number superiority that Nashville's facing.
King slicing through, laid across. Coming in is Melodo. And away is Ayoze. Pasher able to turn. Important left-footed poke from Justin Davis. Ayoze. Scouting. Shipped towards Kelly. Well, fans, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy.
So back to the effectiveness of Pasher. One more thing that can be done is Matt LaGrassa and Bolu Akinyodi can get themselves on the half turn.
LaGrassa with Rios to his left. It's Matt LaGrassa.
And they can keep a look over their shoulder, and all they have to do is change the body position to get themselves into the passing lane of where Pasher is standing. So if there's good communication, and I'll go back to this point, let's look at this replay for a second. Matt LaGrassa gets a good look at it, takes his touch away from frame, tries to get his hips around. Very difficult opportunity on frame for him. His hips were not facing the right direction, and he puts it out of bounds. But back to who's responsible for Pasher. With Bolu and LaGrassa sitting in the midfield, Ockford and Lasso could give instruction of where Pasher is checking. It's either their right shoulder or their left shoulder. And all they have to do is take one step to the left or the right and step in that passing channel so Pasher cannot receive the ball. That's a very simple fix without compromising the back line. So if Nashville doesn't want to compromise Ockford and Lasso and is checking into the midfield and following him, then they have to have better communication between the two center backs and the two holding players in Bolu Akinyodi and Matt LaGrassa to get in the passing angles and deny the opportunity to be played into Pasher's feet. Sounds simple, right?
That's why you're the analyst.
Within the flow of the
game.
game.
The coach.
Within the flow of the game, very difficult, especially when you have a player as tricky and as quick as Pasher is.
Do you wonder just how much does he have in the tank for a player that's covered an enormous amount of ground? Here he is, Pasher latching on, he scores! It had to be him! Indy 11 star Tyler Pasher gives the visitors the breakthrough and has Nashville on the ropes. The man who Gary Smith said was Indy 11's joker in the cards. What a neat finish that is.
What a lovely ball in from the Tennessee native, Gibson. Plays a perfectly weighted ball into Tyler Pasher, who opens up his body, finishes it with the perfect amount of pace to the far post. First time, great save. I mean, not great save, great goal by Tyler Pasher, and an excellent ball from Gibson.
A dozen goals this season for Pasher. This is the first time Nashville has trailed since early September. Nothing Pickens could have done about it. When they trailed at St. Louis, it was a second half goal that they conceded in a game that they lost 1-0. It was the last time Nashville lost a game. Now they must dig deep in response. SC. Derek Jones on the other side of the boards. It's the last Nashville SC player to score. Did so in the previous match, the quarterfinal win over the Charleston Battery. 3-1 Nashville victory. King. Win. It's a good cross. LaGrassa just a step behind. Now Wynn has to be careful. He is on a yellow card. And here is the substitution. Taylor Washington, his night will conclude. And here comes Derek Jones. He scored his first goal for Nashville just last week in the playoffs. A player that has missed 17 games via injury after breaking his ankle in May in the U.S. Open Cup. He's only made 7 appearances. He is on a Major League Soccer contract, will be part of this club next year when they move to MLS. We asked Gary Smith about Derek Jones. What is his natural position? He was playing a 6, which is a defensive midfielder during his time in Philadelphia. And Coach Smith said, I see him more as a 10, which is an attacking midfielder. That's looks to be where he's lining up now.
Well, if there's been a time for Derek Jones to make his statement, today would be it, right now in this game.
Nashville also has the services of Rapapa Mensah available tonight. They do not have the option of bringing in Cameron Lancaster, who's out via injury. Ayoze weaving through. Rubber limb challenge from Darnell King to extract the ball. Defeated the Spaniard. King. No nonsense from Oxford. Barrett. Away from Lasso. Still unsettled. Finally cleaned by Connor. Hackshaw lumbering forward. Now the goal scorer, Pasher. Being told that Rapapa Mensah is being prepared by the Nashville technical staff. Coyote in a spot of bother. Well, it was Lasso. High pressure from the visitors yielding results.
Nashville's had a difficult time dealing with the pressure of Indy in the second half.
Down in the cold is our Kelly Glendenning on the sidelines. What do you have for us, KG?
I just have a couple of stats from the first half. Distance covered the most in the first half was Matt LaGrassa. That is the 3rd week in a row that he has been the player with the most distance covered. Most sprints, Washington and Wynn. And then the fastest was Darnell King, clocking in at 20.9 miles per hour. John?
Thank you very much, Kelly. King puts his shoulder into Justin Davis. Expert defending from Davis. Major League Soccer is almost here. Season tickets are available. Ticket packages start at just $25 a match. Payment plans are available. To purchase your 2020 MLS season tickets, visit NashvilleSC.com. Very few chances in this match for Nashville. Jones. Oh, he's gone down. Elton Garcia took a good long look at it. Bursting away is Indy. Kelly. Attempt to let him out of play. And that gives Nashville a chance to bring on their imposing Ghanaian winger, Ropapa Mensah. He will take out Lebo Maloto. So, Ronnie, what this confirms is that Derek Jones is playing the attacking mid-role. After taking out Taylor Washington, Lebo Maloto was a temporary occupant of the left mid. Now it looks like Ropapa Mensah will move his way to a wing.
And Wynn will come on this left side of the field, which I believe is going to be a better matchup for him. This Ropapa-Hackshaw matchup is going to prove to be quite exciting. Now you've got two physical beasts that are faced up against one another. And let's remember, Ropapa Mensah's coming into the match fresh-legged.
Asher has handled the ball on his way down. It'll be a free kick for Nashville. Bypass the midfield to Rios.
And finally, a nice entry pass that was actually at the feet of Rios.
Davis's cross. Kelly handled off the ball by Davis and Lasso. Slide from Darnell King out for the throw. Still tied, 114th minute in Pittsburgh. The only team with a foot, just 1 foot into the finals of the conference is Indy 11 right now. Go-ahead second half goal from Tyler Pasher is the difference. Now, with that turnover from Lasso, and the 11 will make its first sub. They make an offensive sub here. We'll bring in Christian Novoa, 28-year-old Venezuelan. And he will replace Dane Kelly. It was Novoa, who was acquired in mid-August. He was last playing in the Spanish third tier. He's played 9 goals for Indy. He has scored 1, and it came in Tennessee against Memphis. Kelly's been real smart here, knowing that his number was going to be flashed up. He made his way to the far side of the field. He's afforded the long walk to the sideline.
So although Kelly did not provide any offensive punch per se with shots on frame, he was a really good target in that first half. They would play off of him, and they'd play like an up back through between he and Pasher. So Kelly would target and play a first-time ball into Pasher, who played a little bit under, and then Pasher could run at that back line. Again, the matchup of the two forwards against the two center backs, Nashville versus Indy, has been a problem the entire match. Thus is why the 3-5-2 system is so effective.
Nashville was running a 3-5-2 at one point this season, though their late season success has come with this 4-2-3-1 formation. But it's still spearheaded by Daniel Rios, who nearly had the go-ahead goal early in the second half, not for a spectacular save from far. The first involvements for Ropapa Mensah off the bench. Done enough to earn the throw. Mensah. He had turned his way around Hackshaw and went down, hoping for the whistle. Did not get it. It will be a goal kick. And meanwhile, in Pittsburgh, Louisville has scored late. And perhaps a knockout blow to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. Most likely, both sets of fans right here, either watching on television or in the stadium, knows what that means. If Louisville were to win that match, the winner of what you see right here, Nashville and Indy, would host the conference finals next weekend.
So much to play for right now.
Including them. Supporters that have seen their share of madness this season on the goal, which they jump and dance behind. Pressure was offside. And Elton Garcia, long discussion. See the words that Garcia is mouthing, your time, when he's tapping his watch, saying, if you want to yell at me and have this discussion, I'm not going to be at it.
And that's an issue. So now he's been told, he's been warned, and there are precious minutes on the clock left for Nashville.
Stayed in play. Looking out of a tight area is Jones. Lasso. Lobbed in towards Rios. Crashing in is Matt LaGrassa. Wide for Ropapa Mensah. Treated by Barrett. Akinyoti away from King. Jones. LaGrassa. Away from King again. Nashville pushing the issue at the feet of Lasso. Akinyoti. LaGrassa. Jones. He's manufactured a corner kick right in front of the supporter section. And here come the center backs.
And the addition now, let's remember that also Jones is in the mix now. Another big body for Nashville on a set piece.
Coca-Cola corner kick. 75th minute. May have nicked an Indy player, and it did. Be a corner kick from the opposite ends. Hooked in by Davis. Leaping is Ockford, a mad scramble. Away from Walker. Ordered by Jones. Ockford is athletic, acrobatic. In the end, easy for Farr. Well, it's time to vote for today's Budweiser Man of the Match. Find the poll at the official Nashville SC Twitter account at Nashville SC. Ockford having to track back to defend. Robust challenge from Akinyoti. He's fouled Ayoze.
Pleading for, I think, a booking of Bolu Akinyoti. I think Ayoze is counting the fouls. appealing for a booking of Akinyoti, which did not happen, just to be clear.
Gotten word it has gone final in Pittsburgh. Lou City has advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals, and they will travel to the winner of this match. Never a year in Lou City's history in which they have not gone to the Eastern Conference Finals. The 1 seeds from both the East and West are now out. Will the 2 survive here? Trailing by a goal, it's Nashville SC. Mintza rumbling right into Ayoze, stands his ground. Pasher. Spitting pass to Novoa. Macaulay King. Rare spell of second half possession for Indy. Once they got their goal, Ronnie pulled up the drawbridge.
So at a certain point, Nashville's got to do a few things, and here they are on the break.
Here's Alan Wynn, pursued by Pasher. And Wynn goes down eventually. Standing over as Ouimet. An earful to Wynn. He can't stay on the ground for too long. We're in the 78th minute here. Not many complaints from Wynn. There will be a throw for Nashville, which they should sportingly return to Indy 11. They've sent it out right near the corner flag. Does allow them to set up their high press.
You have to think there's going to be a bit of a shape change coming soon for Nashville, committing an extra player up higher in the field.
Rios. Akinyoti.
So look at all the players behind the ball for Nashville right now, and no attacking players for Indy.
Mintza. Jones. He's whistled for the foul. And it was Tyler Gibson. Well outsized for the hulking Derek Jones. Got the body position he needed, Ronnie.
Really good body positioning. Look, he's on the inside shoulder. He steps over the ball. He's protecting it, rightfully so. Definitely a foul from Jones. I like the effort of Jones, however. Definitely a foul. No argument from Jones in that situation.
Connor dispossessed by Wynn. Carlton Belmar being set in repair. Mintza with space for this cross. It's over the head of Rios, away from Ouimet. As far as Akinyoti. Davis comes in towards Derek Jones.
Great header by Hackshaw.
One back by Ockford. Take on empty, foot on the gas pedal for Nashville. Win. Slammed off of Walker.
It's just too slow. He had an opportunity to bring the ball down, take one touch and strike the ball. He slowed the game down, took extra touches, and gave the defense a chance to win and deflect.
LaGrassa has gone lunging into a challenge. And the card is out on LaGrassa. Now, he did make contact with the ball. The question is, was there a high boot or was it excessive force? And clattering in to Tyler Pasher. Where's the foul, Ronnie? You be the judge.
Do I have to? Lifted the ball over Bolu. It is a two-footed challenge. I don't think it was high. I don't think there was any ill intent to it. Pasher is still down. There's words being said around the ball. This is not to Nashville's advantage to have this much time tick off the clock.
Well, during the commotion, Nashville has made a substitution. Alan Wynn has been taken out, and Carlton Belmar is in. This is a player who was brought in, a whole lot of promise. They were expecting a big return from him. Just 3 goals and 1 assist, though, this season for a player that has scored over 40 career goals in this league. And here he is this season, hasn't appeared in 2 straight matches, brought in a critical moment to try and salvage this USL campaign for Nashville SC.
By bringing Belmar in, that means Nashville is either going to adjust into a 4-4-2 and put Jones up a little bit higher to match up with Rios, but they're not changing their back shape out of the 4 because they would have taken a defender off when they added the attacking player on.
Mensah towards Belmar. And back by LaGrassa. Davis. Navoa. Connor. Pasher up and moving. Ayoze. 84th minute. Winner of this match will face Lou City in the conference final. LaGrassa did all he could to keep that ball in play.
Yeah, really difficult ball that was played into him. Really high, tight on the sideline. His effort was tremendous, though.
This is all happening in front of tonight's Ashton Real Estate attendance, 4,174.
So this is one we talked about in the pregame about grit and mentality. This is where it is. Indy's fighting to keep their lead, and Nashville's biting and scratching to have an opportunity to stay alive and play another day. One of the things Nashville needs to do right now is make it a bit messy. They've got to put pressure on the ball. They've got to make sure that they're serving balls in. And they've got to be pressuring every free service that there possibly can be.
Mensah has attracted 2 defenders. King's cross. Altered. Finally carried away by Barrett. Furthered as far as Lasso. Belmar. LaGrassa. Mensah. King. To the inline. The cross towards the back post. It falls to Carlton Belmar. Belmar again. Out for the throw. Injection of ideas. It's Carlton Belmar in to try and save this match.
Good touch by King on the end line. Plays a good ball back across. Justin Davis is fighting. Great touch by Belmar. It's stuck in between the legs of Ouimet. But it's a good job by Belmar being active on that back post. He finds himself wide open. He has a good prep touch. He keeps it low. And Ouimet does a really nice job of not only deflecting it, but actually saving it and keeping it.
Indy 11 is going to try and close the door here, taking out the irrepressible Tyler Pasher, and inserting Matt Watson, 34-year-old England native. 23rd substitute appearance this season.
So the good news about that substitution for Nashville is the breakaway speed of Patcher is not going to be up there to scare them. So now there's the ability to commit even more numbers forward.
Well, the votes are in. Tonight's Budweiser Man of the Match voted on by you, the fans. Number 18, Matt Pickens. LaGrassa. Can Nashville find a way back? King's cross. Heading out. Goal kick. No team in the USL over the last 2 years has scored more stoppage time winners than Nashville. No goal here wouldn't be a winner, but all of those stoppage time goals have come on the goal that Nashville is attacking towards.
Well, if there's one thing people and the viewers have learned to do this year is don't count Nashville out. They'll fight all the way to the end. The clock is not their friend right now, though. They have to manage it. They have to keep the ball on the pitch and not give Indy any opportunity to slow the game. Anytime it goes out for a throw-in, it's tick-tock against Nashville.
A rare poor touch from Ioza. A player who has been superb in his position tonight. That went off a Nashville hand and go unheard. Mintza, numbers flooding forward, waits to send his cross in. LaGrassa crashing in, deflected, and turned in, but the flag is up. Offside, it will not count. The call coming from assistant referee Brooke Mayo. The Indy players are upset about a potential handball that started the whole sequence.
Dangerous ball from Ropapa. Patty Barrett wins the first ball. LaGrassa finally picking up the second ball. Roofs it a bit. There's no denying it. It's a good call by the AR. Excellent job by Justin Davis getting there for the half chance. However, he was in an offside position when the ball was struck.
Correct call, and Nashville continues to dig deep. 90th minute. Lasso's delivery, a prayer into the night. King. Belmar off of Lamette. Davis has shouldered in to Macaulay King. Critical seconds. All eyes on the fourth official, who is preparing a verdict on stoppage time. Yep, in the back of King.
No denying it.
4 minutes of stoppage time. LaGrassa has been everywhere.
Yeah, LaGrassa has been the man of the match, in my opinion.
King.
He's covered ground.
Mintza. Shadowed by Hackshaw.
So now Nashville, when they're knocking these balls into the mixer, and Patty Barrett's clearing them. It's important that Olu Akinyodi and Matt LaGrassa pick up the second ball. So as this ball's cleared, it's important right there that Matt LaGrassa wins the ball and keeps it alive and keeps it pressed into that side of the field. Nashville's got a lot of numbers going forward, and the second ball coming out is vitally important, so it doesn't spring that.
Navoa has been chopped down by Jimmy Ockford. And with that, both a yellow card in precious seconds. No doubt with that either. Now almost 2 minutes into the stoppage time. Keep in mind, the players do not know how far past 90 minutes we are. The clocks, you can see it in the upper right of your corner, stop at 90 minutes. All they can do is ask the referee how much time is left. They cannot check on it themselves.
That's an important fact for the viewers to keep in mind.
Pickens trying to stir the team forward. Going for glory was King. Moved upfield by Ockford. Out from Gibson.
Do you see that Nashville has now added Forrest Lasso onto the top line? Another big target. They've got to keep trying to knock balls into the box, have his big body matched up right there against Patty Barrett.
First, they need the ball back. Watson. Somehow Nashville's gotten a throw out of this. Less than a minute to go in added time. Mensah towards Jones. Throw in Nashville. Taken by King. Jones working out of a tight area. He's earned the corner kick, and now everybody, including Matt Pickens, will come forward. Last chance for Nashville Soccer Club. Matt LaGrassa. LaGrassa again. Offside. Flag is up. And Indy 11 on the verge of hosting the Eastern Conference Final. And they've done it. The final whistle. Martin Ritty's Indy 11 squad will host the Eastern Conference Final. They have defeated Nashville Soccer Club. And the Boys in Gold USL campaign is complete. A team that struggled mightily on the road this season wins in the most critical away match in their USL history. Patty Barrett and Forrest Lasso, two center backs that played with each other last year in Cincinnati, and Lasso who played with Neville Hackshaw in Charleston, embracing, and Matt Pickens knows exactly what this means. The season is over, and with it, so many questions that we wanted to delay for so long. Hats off to the Indy 11, the Tennessee native, Tyler Gibson, one of the players that led the charge. And the visitors move on. They move home to host Lou City, where those fans will fly the flag in the Eastern Conference Final. More to come here from First Tennessee Park Indy 11 moves on 1-0.